Hey YouTubers, I'm lawnboyspost1795 and I'm back at last. I've had a heavy 2 weeks at work, so I ain't done no YouTube videos and it's pissed me off. But I've got a few reply videos to do, and I'm going to start with lawnboyspost1975. It's a great question. It's basically the first game you ever bought for each console that you own. So I've just basically picked my favourite consoles, so I've got too many to show. And I ain't bothered with the time and dates where I actually bought them, but I've just put them in the order that I actually bought the consoles in. So I'm going to cheat with the first one because it's not actually a console, it's actually a home computer, but a still worthy choice, and I really do like this game, and it's for the Commodore 64. And when I got it, I didn't have, my very first console was an Atari, but I can't really class that because my dad bought it for me. But I bought the Commodore 64 out of my own money, and this is the very, very first game I saved for, and it was this little chappy, Hypersports. Absolute loved this game when I very first got it. Brilliant sports game, from the arcade, obviously. Not a bad arcade conversion from the original arcade version. I used to love loading this just to listen to the music, because you had obviously it's a tape, so you got a loading times and stuff like that. But the Chariots of Fire music, I absolutely love the music, so I just used to literally load this in sometimes just listen to the music. Sad but true. But yes, this is the original Hypersports game that I bought a very, very long time ago, and it's still in very, very good condition and still works, and I still do play this today, which I'm very, very glad about. But there you go, that is the first game I ever bought for the Commodore 64. Moving on, then I got this console, which is my all-time favourite console ever. Simple as. But I made sure that this was the first game I ever bought when I got the system. And it is this one. Now, last time I showed you the American version, but this is the very nice PAL version of Castlevania 4. And yes, this is the original one, and it's still in absolutely pristine condition. I'm very, very happy about that. I've said before in other videos about this game, the music, the gameplay, the simplicity of it, but it's so addictive, absolutely addictive this game is. It's just a masterpiece in gaming for me, personally. You can't beat it. I've got a lot of Super Nintendo games, but this game I can play and play and play. I've got no problems in ever saying I'm bored of this game, because I never would be. Never would be. And this is my favourite all-time favourite Castlevania game of any game that's ever come out, Castlevania was. But there you go, that is the Super Nintendo first game I ever bought, Castlevania 4. And then I move on. I was a bit late in getting this system. Everybody else had it, and I held back, and I just didn't bother because I was too interested in my Super Nintendo at the time. So I got myself a Mega Drive eventually, and I got me the Asian version of it, which obviously was better because I could play Japanese games, PAL games. It's just a multi-region system. But this game, I very first saw this game. A friend of mine actually recorded it onto a video cassette, and he showed me the games that he'd bought. And out of the lot of them that I watched, this impressed me a lot. So I literally went searching high and low for this game, and at the time it was very easy to get because a lot of shops sold import games at the time. But it was this little gem, eSWAT. Now this is a very, very, very good game for the Super Nintendo. See, it's on the brain. For the Mega Drive. Absolutely awesome game. I made sure I got it on the Japanese version because the artwork's far superior than the PAL versions. I do try not to get very many PAL versions unless they are worth and rare, basically worth money or rare. But yeah, there you go. The original eSWAT I bought. Yes, still in pristine condition. I'm very lucky in that respect that I've kept all the games that I've actually bought first time, and I've kept, which I'm glad about. But there you go, eSWAT, very, very good side-scrolling platform game. Anybody who's ever played this, and everybody would agree with me that it's an awesome game. absolute class game. But yeah, that was my first Mega Drive game. Peace what? Moving on. Excuse me. Right. Then the PlayStation appeared, and Lawn Boy himself has showed this. He bought it on a recent pickup video, but I still have the original, and it blew me away when I first seen it in a demo mode alone, because I love the arcade version, and it's this one, the original Ridge Racer on the get it out, PlayStation 1. This is the original that I bought when I very first bought the system. I loved this game. The music was a bit mind-bending because it was like, it did go through, yeah, to be honest, but I saw past that because the game itself, absolute class game. But I'm chuffed that I've got the original, and as you can see, it's still glimmering and there's not a blemish on it, and I'm glad I kept it. This isn't my favourite one. The second one, Ridge Racer Evolution, is the best one by far, my favourite, but you still can't knock this one as a very, very good racing game. But the music, yet again, I'll say the music, ooh, just went through me, but fantastic game nevertheless. So there you go, Ridge Racer for PlayStation 1. And then come the PlayStation 2, for me anyway. And the first game I bought, specifically for one reason only, was for this, which is the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc. But I bought the game and I ended up liking it anyway, and I did get the second one eventually, but this is the first game I bought, which is Zone of the Enders. And I actually loved this game anyway. I ended up really, really enjoying this game. Believe it or not, I've got the second one, but I haven't actually played the second one, weirdly. But this game, I eventually got into playing after I'd played the demo of Metal Gear Solid 2 to death. But a very, very, very good game. I'm looking forward to number 3, because I've heard that there's a number 3 coming out, which is going to be good, so I better get my arse into gear and play number 2. But there you go, that is the PlayStation 2 first game I ever bought, which is Zone of the Enders. And then, as they say, the Dreamcast appeared. Now at the time, there was games like Blue Stinger out, and I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I decided to buy myself this game. And when I bought it and I played it and I done it, it was good for the time, but it was the only game worthy of playing apart from Blue Stinger at the time, because when it came out. But I bought this one and it was ready to rumble boxing. I'm not a fanatical boxing fan, but it's a fun boxing game. It's not something you take too seriously. But at that, it was very, very easy, because my mate come round the one day and he basically nearly cleared the whole game in one go, which I was very disappointed about after paying £40 for a game. He found it quite amusing, I didn't. But nevertheless, we still played through it, still done it, and I haven't really played it much since, but as I say, it was the first game I ever bought, so I don't get rid of games. Once I got them, I keep them. So there you go, that is Ready to Rumble Boxing for the Dreamcast. And then came along these two consoles. Firstly, well, I got the one week, and then the other console come out the week after. And the first one to come out, if I can remember rightly, I think was the Xbox. I'm sure it was, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. But everybody obviously had the set of games that come out. I bought more or less whatever come out when the system arrived. But my favourite of the bunch of the games that I actually bought when the system came out was this one, Jet Set Radio Future. Originally from the Dreamcast, Jet Set Radio. Loved the original Dreamcast one, and this is a very, very, very good game as well. Obviously, you have your slight differences. Graphically, very good, and the game itself. If you've played Jet Set Radio, then you'll absolutely adore this one. This is another very, very good conversion. But as I say, I played this one, played through it, absolutely loved it to death. But there you go, that is Jet Set Radio Future for the original Xbox. That is one of the first purchases I got, apart from, what's the other one? What did I get? Oh, Dead or Alive 3 as well. I had that one. But there you go, that's Jet Set Radio Future. And then a week later, I got this one, because I'm an absolute Star Wars fanatic. And I made sure it was the first game I bought for the system when it came out. A very, very underrated system. I wished it lasted a whole lot longer than it did, but it never. And it is the GameCube. And anybody's watched Star Wars, and you see the final scene going down the trench of the Death Star. And when I played this, Rogue Leader, it just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away with it. The trench scene alone is worthy of buying this game. Full stop. Absolutely classic game. But played this to death. Very tough sometimes, and getting the unlockables out is quite hard as well. But awesome graphical game, and a very underrated and a very good system. But there you go. That's Rogue Leader. And then moving on to the last system I got. Believe it or not, I bought this when I first joined eBay a long time ago, but I made sure it was a system that I wanted, because I wanted this system for a long time, and I made sure this was the first game I bought for it, which was this one, because I loved this in the arcade, and it's the original Splatterhouse. Paid a fair bit of money for this at the time, but who cares, it was worthy of buying this game alone, because I've wanted the PC Engine for a long time, in the mid-80s when it come out, but I obviously couldn't get round to getting it. So I picked it up in 2002, I think, 2001, and this was the first game I ever bought, and I stayed up till 3 in the morning to make sure that I won this, basically. But there you go, that's Splatterhouse, the best PC Engine game I can actually say is on the system, to my mind anyway. But that's Splatterhouse. And that, my friends, is it. So, hope lawnboyspost1795, that answers your question. I'm CyberSnake7. I've enjoyed this video. Keep playing, keep watching, and please do comment and subscribe. Thanks very much, guys.